Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Voxel Tycoon. Let me unpause the game. We'll get it moving. We're still going at single speed here just because we've got a fair amount of cleanup to do. We've got plenty of problems to solve. So I don't want them to stack up any faster than they are. So we're running at single speed. But I do want to keep things kind of moving because it does allow us to see where there's bottlenecks and things. So last episode, we noticed there's a bottleneck over here. We also noticed that our research laboratory is not spinning, and that was due to lack of iron bars. So we started working on that solution. We dropped down 2 more iron mines. So we've got this belt of iron ore saturated. It was pretty sparse because the iron mines churn out ore fairly slow. And now that's all nice and compressed, but we're seeing that the iron bar smelting is going kind of slow. So we want to shore that up. So let's get right to it. We kind of set this up to be scalable. So we'll put it to the test here. Let's go ahead and extend this conveyor line. I don't know if we have to bulldoze those trees or not, or how that works. All right, let me drop this conveyor. Boom. Another couple clicks. Right click. All right, that's done. Right click again to get out of that. And now let's go see if we can get a smelter. Factories, alloy smelter. How close can these be together? We need to rotate it. And it looks like, what is it? 2. I'm looking, I need to rotate it again. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Looks like we need to go 2 squares. Is that right? Trying to visualize how this is going to work. I think I can pop one right here. That looks right. Okay, boom. We'll find out in a second. Get this, get some belts hooked up here. Nice. That was going to connect up for me real quick. Easy. I like it. And then we need to route our coal across and then come under the coal line. So the coal stays on top. Right? Yeah, the coal stays on top, just like this. Looks like we might have room for a 4th one. That would be cool. And then I noticed there's a little tiny section of belt here going the wrong way. Let's go ahead and flip it. We want to load coal into that mine, or to the smelter, I should say. And let's see, I'll escape. I must be in a build menu. I'm going to hit escape. Come into the smelter, pick steel smelting. No, where's iron bars? And then what else? Okay, we got to come under the belt again for the output product. So let's do that. Conveyor. And can I do tunnel? Let's try tunnel and see what happens. Boom. Oh, can I get this close? That. I didn't know I could get this close. We could have compressed this a little more, probably. Anyway, well, let's try it. Boom. Boom. It won't look completely consistent, but yeah, we'll save a little bit of space here. That's worth doing. Let's make sure the belt's going the right direction here. I see a little problem there. There goes some more iron beams, and there's that beautiful black smoke. Let's get another one going. I think we can do it. I think we can make this work. Oh, that is cool. Let's see here. I think we got to stop it here. Let's place the smelter first. That's a little bit safer approach. Factories, alloy smelter, rotate this guy around. I think that's going to fit. That's awesome. That is very cool. I'll click it, pick iron bars. Now this is the end of the line as far as that iron goes. Raw iron. Let me grab conveyor belts here. I do that. That looks good. Here, whoop. Still in tunnel mode apparently. Oh, shoot. They might be getting confused. Rotate this. There it goes. That will do, right? And now we don't need to tunnel under or anything because we're kind of at the end of the line. So let's take the output product and just send it down here. And then fix that last little piece of belt that's going backwards. And again, like I said at the top of the episode, or at the end of the last episode, we may need to do another series of these, kind of mirror image, pulling from this same belt of ore. Looks like the ore belt is going to be able to supply a lot of smelters. Now, there's a small risk that we'll get some upgrades that allow these things to smelt faster. But I suppose there's an equal chance we'll get upgrades that allow us to, the miners themselves, the mines, to produce ore faster. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, we've got our 2 iron bar trucks filling up. Let me escape out of these menus and then we can see what our supply looks like. I have a feeling that's going to do it. Now these buildings, they do have a maintenance cost, don't they? Running cost $74. So there is a tiny cost to scaling up before you need to. And I imagine that cost gets incurred whether they're producing material or not. I'm not positive, but that's my guess. How's our lab doing? Still not spinning. We may need to add another truck now. Let's click and see how much more we have. How many more cycles we've got? We've got 32 more cycles to complete. 32, 33 more cycles. And it needs 8 iron per cycle. We could do one more truck. It wouldn't be the end of the world. I think we've got the supply now. Why don't we do it? We can click here. Here's iron bars to Newport Beach Annex. We'll just click on that guy. Actually, we don't even need to. Let's go to the garage and we'll clone one of these trucks. Let's see this guy. Boom. Kind of used to that. We'll just set this guy loose. So that'll help that. And yeah, eventually I think we need the what are we researching? I think it's the metal plates, right? Iron plates. Metal fabrication. Does it show us what this does? Nope. Now, there's something I'm probably missing here. I'd love to be able to see the tech tree. Is there something obvious that I'm missing where we could see the entire tech tree? Active labs. So we could add more labs to speed things up too. But for now, we've got enough. We've got so much work to do that the labs running slow aren't really what's hindering us. It's just keeping up with all the transit needs and scaling where we're having the channel. Okay, there's our 3rd truck coming in. Oh, did I? Yeah, it looks like it's a capacity of 7, so that's cool. They're slow to load, but I don't think it's worth adding another freight station for a line that's only got 3 trucks. Although, does this guy have... Ooh, yeah, we've got a few different lines running out of here. So yeah, there's more than 3 trucks pulling out of this station. Now, we could do the same thing that we just did for the wood and add a couple more freight stations here. I don't see this backing up. There's a pretty long distance from this station, this freight station, to the other towns. So it could be that the trucks are just spread out and that's why it's not backing up real bad. And just as I say that, a bunch of trucks come flying in here. There's a bus leaving with 10 passengers. That's good to see. So this is backing up. We could do that same thing we've been doing. It would make sense to do it. At least one more and take one of the big, maybe take the big line here, the biggest line, iron bars to Amana colonies, put that on its own freight station. Why don't we do that? Because the cities are scaling up and we saw some messages. I don't know if you noticed them, but we saw that businesses were, the demand was increasing. Boy, look at all these unprofitables. Looks like we might have a problem here. Guess I better check these, huh? Let's see what's going on. Wood beams. How are they doing now? Let's follow. Oh, this is one thing that I don't know if I've done this in the series or not. I did it on my earlier playthrough. But when you click on a truck, you click on the little eyeball icon here, take a ride. You can kind of ride along. And then if you hold down the right mouse button, you can actually scroll and look around. Kind of floating above the hood, it looks like. There's some other camera options where you can sit in the cab or whatever and see that view. But it's kind of fun. Kind of neat. There goes some logs. There goes some iron beams. So anyway, that's kind of fun. I'll just hit escape to get out of that. What we were looking at is just to see how we're doing on supply here. Oh, that's transfer station. We got plenty of wood planks. And then wood beams got to be 72 and another 3. Now, both of these freight stations can access both warehouses. So it's effectively like one big warehouse that can hold up to 130 items. Supply looks good. I'm not sure if those messages are old or new. It says June 2nd. That's not... Oh, that's business and bankruptcy. Vehicle unprofitable was May 6th. So that was quite a long time ago. So I think this is probably old. I think these guys are probably turning a profit now. In fact, we might be able to look at a truck and see the stats. So yeah, this looks profitable. 6,000 earned and running costs of $1,500. So we should be in good shape. Let's look at the income statement real quick. 754. Okay, we're making some big progress here. So I think this was like 580 or something at the top of the episode or last episode. So clearing these little clogs is helping. Let's go ahead and scale up the iron bar stuff here like we've been doing with the wood and do another setup. Let's get a freight station down. It's under roads. Freight station. I'm going to leave a space. Yeah, I can't do it there. I'm going to leave one space. Drop the road down. Boom. Easy. And let's change the name on these guys. This will be Haver. What is it? Iron bars, right? Haver. Iron bar S1. Supply 1. Boom. And this guy will be kind of the same thing, but supply 2. Haver. Iron bar. These are boring names, but functional. Supply 2. Boom. I need all the help I can get. Okay, and let's move the biggest route over to this guy. I think this guy, let's just check the logistics. Yeah, he can reach that warehouse, so we're good. We're probably going to need to scale up that production at some point. I just have a feeling we're going to need more iron bars than these 4 smelters can produce. But right now, it looks like it's okay. So yeah, let's take one of these routes. We'll just click on a truck in iron bar to Amana Colonies to get the route. Then I'm hitting a little save leg there. All right, let's edit this route. Boom. We'll take out S1. Add a stop. S2. Load. And then we'll do our normal thing here of adding the refit order. Make sure that's the first thing that happens when the truck arrives. Iron bars. I don't think that costs any time. I hope. It could. It might be costing us a little bit of time every load, but I'm going to keep doing it for safety's sake. Later on, maybe we'll remove that if we find that that's actually limiting us to a significant extent. Now, that truck is leaving empty because this thing just came online. But it does have it's got access to the 70 bars, so we should have trucks leaving full from there. Just keep an eye on this for a minute. I can actually let's speed it up. Well, that might be too fast. Let's go double speed. These are leaving full. Kind of anxious to see someone come into here. Favor iron bar supply 2 and leaving full. Let's take a look at these trucks. They look like they're all full. Iron ore. How is iron ore doing? That's our coal supply. That's getting a little thin, but the belt is compressed. Iron ore. There's some extra wood and some old iron bars there that aren't being used, I don't believe, by anybody. Or no, they're being used by research. I think the research lab stuff is pulling from here. I wanted to see just iron ore. 58, 57. Yeah, we're good. We're really good now on ore. Perfect. So there shouldn't be any empty trucks. Any ore, iron ore or iron bar trucks, there shouldn't be any empties. Should be in good shape. Warehouse is slowly filling. Again, I do think we're going to have to scale that up. Let's see. We've got some time left. Let's take a look at our towns and see what we might want to shore up. Let's take it from the top here. Summersville. And take a look at the demands. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Iron ore is average. We've got excellent. Iron plates is awful. We're researching that now. We're real close. How's the lab doing real quick? Is that thing spinning now? Should be spinning more often. There it goes. So it's working. Hopefully that third truck is helping. We've got a little bit of supply of iron bars here, so that's hopefully enough to keep the lab busy. What we haven't dealt with is this freight station potentially blocking traffic. In fact, yeah, so we've got a little bit of, so before we go and improve the towns, let's deal with this little section here. I'm wondering if we just extend this road out, that may be all it takes. In fact, I might be able to leave the existing road there too. If I do something like that, will that improve it? Now, I've either heard something or saw something in the Discord, or I thought I heard something where the trucks were smart enough to kind of figure out the optimal route here, not block. So that effectively gives us a longer queue here. But we really do have the same issue here, right? We've got all these trucks trying to load from a single freight station, and they're just queuing up and things are slowing down. So we need to move, we really need to move that. So how can we do that? How can we do that? We could do a couple things. Let's take a look at the freight station footprint. Can I do something creative? Like this, and still get to my iron ore. So I'm thinking one, yeah, these are out of range. Just trying to think right now where I can put the freight stations to collect iron ore so we can get rid of this one, because this one is too close to the main drag and there's just too many trucks pulling off of it is really the issue. Don't have iron ore, like I can't do a conveyor. I could do a I wonder if I could do a conveyor off of this and feed it into a warehouse over here somewhere. Not crazy about that idea. We could come up this way. What about a transfer or a freight station up this way has access to a bunch of iron ore? We could try that and at least have half the traffic come this way. Boy, it's not great. It's not great. So right now I'm struggling with, should we do the quick fix or do the long-term fix? We're going to need we're going to need a solution for iron ore long term. So we got this lab is kind of in our way a little bit. We've got a transport station here, a station here that's mainly feeding our lab. So it's only got one route that's got a few trucks. It'll probably stay that way. So we could leverage that. We could branch out here and put 2 more just for iron ore and run belts to feed a warehouse over this way. Kind of like we've been doing. Then we could get rid of that freight station. It's going to send more traffic this way. I guess that's fine. That's a pretty long road. I'm wasting some space, but let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's do... So right now we're going to shore up the number of freight stations we have providing raw iron ore. This one's going to have to come up a hill. About like that. Maybe like that. Is that lined up? Let's do it. Let's just do it. And then we can always change it down the road. Wait for that truck to get out of the way. Boom. And then we want a warehouse. At least one warehouse. To store iron ore. Let's put it real close here. Because that'll feed both of these. Boom. And now let's run some belts to get that iron ore into that. And we can pull from these guys, right? These are the ones. Unfortunately, there's not a lot. There's not a lot of room to get at this. Yeah, to belt this out. But what we could do, let's just take a look at our conveyors. I'm thinking maybe we can divert the iron ore from these 2 mines into this belt and maybe at least take this mine and use it just for raw ore and route that down to our new freight station. Let's see what I can do here as far as the conveyors and how much room I've got. Here's a connector. Can this go this way? It doesn't look like it, right? It's too close. But I can come off of here. I can come off of here and have this guy feed into this, right? Boom. Boom. Something like that. Let's change the direction. Show you what I'm doing, what I'm thinking here in a second. If it's not clear. So I'm kind of repurposing. Right now, these 2 here, this one and this one, are providing ore. They're not feeding into the iron bar production line. So, but I'm changing the iron ore to be picked up over here at this new freight station. And then this one too, I think we're going to use for iron ore. Because it's only got one truck route that just has a few trucks, and it's basically just feeding the research lab. So I think we can repurpose or add some iron ore routes to this existing freight station. But this one, I want to get these 2 iron ore routes out of here because it's just blocking traffic. And it's too many trucks for one station as it is anyway. So I need iron mines that I can belt off of. And this one I can't, but these ones I can. So right now, why don't we... Let's belt off of this guy. Boom. Run our conveyor. It's not cheap to do this. Is it inside or outside? That's going to be probably the outside lane. So like this. Like here. Show you what I'm thinking. I got to get up that hill. Hopefully I can attach a connector to this guy. I bet I have to, well, it looks like it's connecting. I'm not confident that's going to work. I'm going to raise the land a little bit. Like here, just to make sure we don't have any strange issues. That looks fine. And now let's hopefully that belt will connect up. Yeah, no problems. Looks good. Input, that's what we want. And we've got a little bit of a belt issue here. Let's change the direction. We want the iron ore. Here it comes. And let's set the warehouse to take iron ore. I'm going to right click out. Iron ore. Nice. That'll feed both of these guys. And I'm wondering, it's going to be hard to tell. Once this thing gets exhausted, we know the iron ore kind of comes out slow of these mines. So I'm half wondering if we could take, or no, we're going to take out of this guy too. So let's just do that. Let's go ahead and get the connector going. I think we can do it like this. Find out if I'm wrong. Boom, 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 boom. I think that's going to be possible. And I think that's what we want. Right? So this iron mine is technically kind of feeding both lines. We can always rip one out. Probably this one if we need to. But now everybody is supplying something. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 that are supplying ore into our iron bar production. And then we've got one on its own that's dedicated to just supplying iron ore. And one that's kind of split between bars and iron ore. Right click so I can see the storage. And again, eventually this iron's going to wear out, run out. So whatever we do set up here doesn't necessarily have to be a game-long decision. We can rework it once this disappears. And we may decide to still keep our factories over here and just train in the ore once this deposit is depleted. How are we doing on research? The research is spinning. Okay, now we need to move our routes, right? So we've got one little route here that's feeding iron bars into the laboratory. Eventually that route's going to go away and be replaced by something else that the lab needs. But let's move these routes out of here. Oh, and let's rename these stations, these freight stations. I guess we'll call it iron ore, right? So let's go ahead and rename this guy to Newport Beach. I think we're going to run out of space. We might just have to be Newport. This is iron ore S1. Well, that'll work. And we'll make this guy, you guys can probably guess what that one's going to be. Okay, come over here. Just hit the save lag again. Newport Beach. Iron ore S2. Okay. Now that warehouse is filled up. We can always fill up another one if we want over here. What are the maintenances on these warehouses? Do they have maintenance? Yeah, of course they do. Every building we place is going to cost us. All right, now that we got it renamed, we still got to move our routes. Let's do it. We'll pick a truck for iron to Amana colonies. And you know the routine, we've done this a few times already. So we're going to get rid of Newport Beach Northeast, edit the route, delete this guy, add stop, do this one, load, add order, refit, move that up, and then iron ore, bam, save it, boom. That's one of them done. And here's the next one that we're going to move. Not that. Is that right? What is this third one? coal. Okay, we need to keep coal there. So this guy is going to stay because he is supplying coal to this warehouse, which is feeding, and it looks like it's depleted. There's still some on the belt, but we're going to need to get another truck on this. Anyway, let's move the other iron ore route off of here. So let's see, steel bars available. We're going to do research for that. Edit. Get rid of this. Boom. Add this time iron ore supply 2. Load. Add order. Refit. Move this up. And then iron ore. Save. We're good. Very good. And then we're noticing that our coal supply is low. Let's get ready to duplicate a truck here and get more coal going. I suppose before we do that, we should check the coal supply. This may be the next raw material where we need to do that same scaling of our stations, right? So we've got a whole bunch of trucks pulling coal out of here. What's our supply look like? Looks like the supply is keeping up. But again, we've got this slow kind of filling of trucks and trucks queuing up, and that's hurting our profit. So why don't we take that on next episode? But boy, I think, we're doing a lot of the block and tackle, kind of the tedious work of just getting things kind of scaled up. But it seems like now is the right time to do it. We got pretty far. We scaled up our cities, paid off all our debt, got our income to a decent, respectable level here at like $750,000 per month. And we did all that by kind of going fast and loose, by just throwing trucks on the road and throwing down freight stations. And then once we got to seeing kind of more traffic jams and things, that's when we decided to start getting a little more organized and scaling up our production, distributing our truck routes across more freight stations so we don't have as many trucks backing up, and then addressing any traffic congestion. And it looks a lot better than it was. A lot better. But we'll continue that. We will, let's see. Yeah, I think next episode we should go after this coal and get this all cleaned up. And again, with the setup, I'm kind of hoping that we have enough room here where if we wanted to add more production and feed a train station product, we could do it. And then we may down the road need to have a train come in and supply the raw resource here. Eventually, we're going to deplete this resource, but we could still make use of the factory and all this setup here with the freight stations and everything. And the production lines here, the beams and the planks, if we just trained in the raw wood resource into here somehow. So we'll see. That's quite a few episodes away. But yeah, for now, we're making good progress. This is Glidercat. I'm going to sign off here and thank you again for watching. If you like this content, please do consider giving it a like. That helps my tiny channel grow and I would appreciate it. But until next time, this is Glidercat signing off, saying again, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.